Hello YouTube, it's Dbtgamer Show, Fucking Birthday, Part 80. In the last part, YouTube, we started the Earth Gym, and we also finished off the Fire Gym.
Ground. This is the ground gym.
Ground Gym, Earth Gym, whatever. Let's go. In this part, YouTube, I'm going to try and evolve Vulpix. I went to the cinema this week, YouTube. I went to see Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides.
You said exactly the same thing last.
Yeah, well, this time I'm going into more detail. I'm actually talking about the film and not just saying. I'm going to talk about it a little bit. As far as I'm concerned, the film was 6% decent. One thing I didn't really like about it was there were no ship battles. In most pirate movies, you have one scene where they shoot cannons at each other and stuff, and sort of sink each other. You know, the standard pirate sort of face-off. And what really annoyed the hell out of me was the fact that they actually teased you with a ship battle. You know, Captain Marvel's stood there on his ship, says, "Right, hoist the mainsails, load the cannons, everybody three guns and three stations and shit." And then the other ship just sort of sails past her. I'm like, what was that? You know,
It is a comedy.
It is a comedy, but I just... You don't tease people like that. That is just wrong. That's something you don't do. And that was Fire Blast. So that was annoying. There was no ship battles. Another thing that sort of annoyed me was the whole plot of the movie.
Like the movie itself, you mean?
No, just bits of the plot. Let me just try and explain this in the best way I can. Okay, the entire plot of the movie is that that the pirates are trying to find the Fountain of Youth.
Right. But
the Fountain of Youth is one of the most fucked up versions of the Fountain of Youth I've ever heard in my entire life. Because it's not a Fountain of Youth, it's more a Fountain of Life transfer. Basically, the way it works is, you find a mermaid. You get the mermaid to cry into a cup. You add the Fountain of Youth's water to the cup, and then you get a second cup, and you put water in that cup. The person who drinks the mermaid's teal water gets the person's life. No, the person who drinks the mermaid's teal water gets the life of the person who drinks the other water. There you go. That's the best I can explain it. It's more like a Fountain of Life transfer. Let's say Adam lived 80 years and he drank the cup without tear in it, and I drank the cup with tear in it. I would get 80 years added to my life total. I'd live another 80 years. Although I wouldn't do that to Adam, obviously. Unless he wanted me to. He's trying to process this now. He's hear the cogs go around.
Yeah, the hamster's running on its wheel. It's trying to make sense of this. No, sorry, no, no.
Okay, I'll try to explain it a different way.
No, I thought the idea of the Fountain of Youth was you walk up to it, drink it, you're youthful again.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that a hell of a lot simpler than you gotta drink a mermaid's tear and swap lives with some twat you don't care about. And what, eh?
Yeah.
How the hell does water have an opinion on whose life to steal? I was under the impression that water couldn't form cognitive decisions like that. What, eh?
I think it's basically the person who
But then again, the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie had a sort of 7,000 foot tall Jamaican woman erupt out of the sea, so, yeah.
I thought... Another thing that bothered me about Pirates of the Caribbean and Stranger Tides was this. The mermaid could practically spontaneously grow legs whenever she wanted.
Hey?
No, let me finish. Basically, they were carrying the mermaid in this giant fish tank, and they trip over a rock, it smashes. And she falls out and she has legs. I'm like, what happened to the fin?
Eh?
Is it in mermaids' nature for them just to magically grow legs when they touch land? The only time I've ever seen this happen is in a film called Aquamarine, where her father gave her legs so she could find true love. Yeah, it was a Disney film, whatever.
The aquamarina.
Yeah.
I'm going to say aquamarine is a colour.
Or whatever.
Sorry, no.
I've only seen the film once.
Aquamarine is a type of birthstone. It's a semi-precious gem.
But whatever.
In fact, now I think about it, aquamarine is in fact my birthstone.
No, your birthstone is in it, Garnet.
No, it's January. I was born in March.
Alright. Well, anyway, back to the mermaid thing.
Well, having said that, the birthstone of January is a Garnet.
Yeah.
My last name is Garnet, and my mother was born in January. So she married someone who has the same name as her birthstone. Coincidence? Yeah, actually, yeah, it is. But it's nice to think about. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, I just wondered, is it true that mermaids can actually grow legs when they touch land? I don't think it is. It just doesn't really mix with me.
The only bit of mermaid folklore I know is that they grow legs when they sell their voices to sort of octopus women.
That's the Little Mermaid, Adam, from the Disney archives.
Yeah.
You know,
do you think anyone told Ariel about that? All you have to do to grow legs is just sort of appear on land. Do you think she'd have bothered going to see that octopus woman?
I think the whole appeal of Octopus Woman was just another tentacle reference.
It's not. It wasn't Japanese.
No, but
It was American.
No, but maybe the person who directed the movie liked a lot of tentacle porn.
Or perhaps he was just running out of things to slap, running out of sea creatures to slap onto the lower halves of people.
Good point.
Yeah, what is it? What is it about mythology that has this strange?
You know what also bothers me?
Strange desire to sort of combine humans with animals. You look at a lamea. It's a human with a snake's backside. A centaur. It's an entire body of a horse with another body of a human still on top of it. An arachne. It's a spider with someone sat on top of it. A harpy, it's like...
Herpes.
Harpy!
I know, I took out the You Give Me a British series.
A harpy, it's like...
I know what a harpy...
Part bird, part woman kind of thing.
I think we live in a world where people think it's really sexy to combine a human with an animal. People have weird fetishes, okay? This is Earth, we just gotta live with that.
And bear in mind, most of these references I've just given you are thousands of years old. I mean, were there furries in the ancient times?
It's kind of like people spelling Dracula's name backwards and calling it Alucard that think it's really clever.
I wouldn't mind, but Alucard isn't his fucking name. Seriously, you play Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Okay, you say Maria says, "What's your name?" It's Alucard. Fair enough. That's his nickname. That's not his name.
What's his name then?
Adrian Fahrenheit Tepes.
Yeah, well, that's too long.
Seriously, you go into any kind of information archive of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Alucard's full name is Adrian Fahrenheit Tepes. Alucard is his nickname.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna just
Everyone keeps referring him to as Alucard. Okay, fair enough. But that's not his fucking name.
I'm getting confused right here for Fire Spin. Fire Spin, in this generation, it's the ultimate move of rape. It just continues pretty much forever. You can kill anything you like with it. But in later generations, thank goodness they toned it down.
Oh. Scorch, learn Fire Spin.
After this, I will evolve them into Ninetales.
Tamer? Can you tame ground?
I think he's a Pokemon tamer. Like a lion tamer, Pokemon tamer, there you go.
But since all you can do is put them in a ball and they're sort of tame.
Not all Pokemon are tame, Adam. I'm pretty sure that there's plenty of episodes where a Pokemon has disobeyed its trainer. I mean, look at Ash's Charizard. That thing hardly ever took Ash's orders seriously.
Would you take Ash seriously?
No, I wouldn't. If I was putting the
You're perpetually 10 years old, kid. Why the fuck should I care about you? your little opinion. Piss off. I wouldn't mind, but there is actually a disease or some kind of birth defect where you bodily never sort of grow up. Even in your 40s, you still resemble a little kid. But Ash is just perpetually 10 years old.
Mm. Some autistic...
You should ask him about the bloody fountain of youth. I bet he didn't have to drink any mermaid tears to become a sort of perpetually prepubescent prick.
Can I say one thing? Some autistic people sometimes have sort of like a child's mind as well.
Well, that's part of autism.
Mm. Although I've never really...
Sort of
Although I've never got that far, I'm still pretty grown up.
Can we take a debate on that?
I'm doing a Let's Play a Pokemon game.
And how is that an argument for your mental maturity?
Alright, yeah, well, adult games are boring.
That's true, actually. I can honestly say that.
Every adult game seems to involve being a soldier running around in some sort of game known as Call of Duty. And it's the same game every year.
And yet you'll gladly defend Zelda? And Mario?
Yeah, well, it's not as obvious.
And Pokemon?
Good point.
So go on.
Alright.
Anyway, moving on, because I think we've lost the thread of that little argument.
Was the Pirates of the Caribbean movie worth seeing that I just saw? It was worth seeing. I liked bits of it, but it wasn't as good as some of the earlier ones. I think the first movie is good. The second movie is not as good, but it's still watchable. The third movie, I don't remember much of. And the fourth movie, it's not as good as the second one, but it's sort of in between the... Yeah, it's watchable.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm not a movie buff. I watch movies mainly because there's no good games released lately.
Mm.
So, yeah, I don't actively go to the cinema. I don't really care about movies. Okay, I'll watch them every now and again, but no.
I also saw some decent trailers at the cinema as well. The new X-Men film coming out, X-Men First Class. It's about Professor Xavier when he was younger. I'm hoping this is going to be good because I've always wanted to know Professor Xavier's origin story. So I'm hoping this sheds some light on it because I like Professor Xavier as a character. I also saw his other trailer. It was a boxing movie, but instead of having people as boxers, it had robots. He had robots upcutting each other's heads off. It looked awesome. I thought that I can't wait to see that. I've got to see that.
The show wasn't a rugby advert.
No, it wasn't. It better not be an advert because if that movie doesn't come out, I'll be pissed, and I will go down to Hollywood myself and force them to make it. Finish what you started, mate. You know you got to make this movie. The trailer was awesome. Finish it.
People have been trying to say that about Final Fantasy VII for years. Ever since they released the sort of high definition trailer.
Yeah, that's not Hollywood. That's Sony.
A company that isn't nearly as famous as Hollywood, isn't nearly as successful, and yet we allow them to get away with this shit.
Yeah, well, Sony aren't doing too well these days. I mean, the PS3 is pretty much a failure compared to the other two consoles.
How is
the camera?
Yeah, I know. How is the network going? Or is it back up yet?
The PlayStation Network is back up, but the shop isn't fixed yet.
Fuck's sake.
But I don't care about the shop because...
This is why I like Steam.
I don't care about the shop is because they've brought this welcome back idea, but they give you a free game, but all the free games, they pick them. So, what am I supposed to do? I don't want any of these games. You know, could you give us all a £10 gift voucher to spend in the store?
That's an idea.
You know, there you go. I've just fixed your problem. Anyway, see you next part, YouTube.
Yeah, on that note, we'll see you next part, guys.